How you can gain access to tens of thousands or possibly even hundreds of thousands of dollars of your own money that you may not even realize that you have. This strategy is incredibly simple, and unfortunately, many people don't even realize this is an option where you can tap into a lot of money of your own money that you can have at your own disposal and get into it whenever you desire. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, in fact, it's actually not. Let's get into it, as that is exactly what I want to talk about in this video, so let's get into this. But really quickly, before we do, welcome and thanks so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video, as I'm back each and every day to help you out in any way that I can through these videos, and I love talking about topics like this, and I truly just want to help you out in any way I can. So again, thank you so much for your support. I truly appreciate it. Let's talk about this hidden strategy. Well, no, it's actually not a hidden strategy. It is certainly not a secret by any means at all, but it is something that a lot of people don't recognize actually does exist. Now, of course, before we get into this, I just need to preface the video by saying this is not financial advice, it is not investment advice, it is not accounting advice, it is not advice at all, but rather, hopefully this video gives some talking points and some ideas that you could probably explore, do some further research, and probably talk to somebody that knows your financial situation. Of course, I am not giving you advice at all, but rather hopefully just getting you to think about some things where you can tap into a large lump sum of money that you have at your disposal, literally at your fingertips. You can literally click a couple buttons and have a lot of money at your fingertips. Again, sounds way too good to be true, right? But it literally is not at all. Now, I actually created a video about this a couple months ago, and I wanted to follow this up based on some questions that I was getting on that video. Now, what is this strategy and what is this product that I am referring to? It is actually referred to as Heloc, H-E-L-O-C, which stands for Home Equity Line of Credit. Sounds like a mouthful, right? What does this actually mean, and how can you get access to a lot of money? So here's what this is. Basically, it is a product where you would go to your financial institution, a bank, a credit union. You can go to basically any financial institution and get one of these products. It is very well known. It is certainly not a secret. It has been around forever, and it is something that you can get to tap into the equity of your home. Now, again, this probably sounds kind of scary, right? You've been paying down the mortgage on your home, you have a bunch of equity in your home, and now me talking about getting into the equity of that home sounds kind of scary, right? Well, yes, it could be if it is abused and it is not used properly, but I would anticipate if you're watching this video and you want to learn more about this, you probably want to learn how you can gain access to that equity, well, of course, using it responsibly, right? And of course, I anticipate all of you would probably do that. No problem at all. I have no concerns about that at all. But again, you probably want to talk to maybe your banker or somebody like that who understands your situation, who can help you out further with your exact situation. But let's talk about this product a little bit further. Once again, it is called Home Equity Line of Credit, represented by the acronym HELOC, Home Equity Line of Credit. So essentially, this product works exactly like a credit card, but it is used against the equity of your home. Now, here's the cool thing that's about this. You can actually go into a financial institution, you can apply for a HELOC, Home Equity Line of Credit, and then you can gain access to this credit line, and just because you have it doesn't mean you actually need to use it. This credit line can sit there for a long time, years upon years upon years, and it is available to you where you can tap into it literally in the course of just a minute or two. You can tap a few buttons, probably on your phone using the app. You can transfer as much money as you want out of the HELOC, probably into a bank account, and then you can use that money freely as you desire. Literally, you're basically advancing yourself some cash that would be used against the equity of your home, and then you can use that money for anything you desire. Literally anything. You could use it to remodel your home, you could use it to buy a new car, you could use it to go out and buy clothes, you could use it to pay for travel. Literally, it does not matter. There are no restrictions on what you use this money for. Of course, assuming you're spending it on lawful things. Of course, you can't go out and buy a bunch of illegal stuff. I mean, that's just kind of like an unwritten rule, right? You can't just go and, that's just a given right there. But my point is, This money can actually be used just like a credit card. Now again, sounds kind of scary, right? Using the equity of your home like a credit card? Whoa, we've heard all the horror stories out there, right? People that use their credit cards and all of a sudden rack up a whole bunch of credit card debt and then it takes them forever to get out of that debt. Well, that's kind of the same situation, but the interest rate on a HELOC is typically anywhere between about 2, maybe, well, let me take that back. Probably about 3% now. Interest rates have gone up a little bit, but it's probably anywhere between about 3%, maybe up to about 6 or 7%, probably at most. Interest rates are very reasonable on these products, whereas a credit card ranges anywhere from probably about 15% to probably about 23, 24, maybe even 25 or even higher percent. So as you can see, the interest rates on a HELOC, home equity line of credit, are significantly lower than what you'd be paying on a credit card. Now here's how this credit line actually works. Again, it's essentially a credit line. You can go out and you can borrow against the credit line anytime that you want. You can take money out of it to spend it on whatever you want, and you can pay it back as you desire. You could pay it back in monthly payments of $100 a month or whatever. A lot of times the financial institution will require you to make at least the interest payments on an ongoing monthly basis. Even if you do not pay any of the principal back, doesn't matter in most cases, you would need to just pay the interest payments. Now again, it may be specific to each individual financial institution that you're working with. I would talk to the banker about that if you're interested in this. But it is typically something where you can go out and you can take out as much money as you want, anywhere between $0 and essentially maxing the entire HELOC out and taking all of that money out, accessing all of that equity in your home, right? So then, you can use that money as you desire, and as you want to pay it back, you can pay it back typically in any amount. You could pay back $100 a month, you could pay back $10,000 at one lump sum time. It does not matter. Let's just say, for example, you get a HELOC of $100,000. Again, I'm just making up numbers here. You get a HELOC of $100,000. Let's say that you want to go buy a fancy new car for $50,000. You go out and you take out $50,000 out of your HELOC. You go out and you buy your new car. Well, the next month, all of a sudden, you strike the lottery, right? Congratulations. You hit the lottery and you win $100,000. You could take $50,000 of that money and you could put it right back into the HELOC and reimburse your HELOC and pay it all back. It would only cost you a little bit of interest, which would be accruing since you took the money out of the HELOC, if that makes sense. So it's just like a credit card. You can use it whenever you want on anything that you desire, and you can pay it back at your leisure as long as you are also paying back that interest payment, just like the financial institution would probably require of you. Sounds pretty cool, right? So again, it's simply just a line of credit. That's all it is. A simple line of credit using the equity in your home as collateral against this line of credit. In the event you didn't pay it back, well, of course, that would be right there in the papers that you would sign at the financial institution. If you don't pay them back, of course, they could technically foreclose on your property and take it from you. Well, of course, that would be a really bad situation, which is why I'm saying you've got to talk to somebody that knows your financial situation. Talk to your banker. Of course, they would qualify you. They would have you fill out an application. They would make sure that you could afford, based on your income and everything like that you could actually afford the payments on it and all that stuff. But the application process is incredibly simple. It's a matter of filling out just a few papers. It does not take all that much effort. You fill it out. It goes into the underwriting process. It typically closes relatively quickly, and then there you go. Boom. You are set up and you have access to all of this capital as your home or your property as the collateral against this line of credit. So again, I know this sounds incredibly scary, but I would highly advise you, if you are interested in some kind of product like this, do more research on it. But the whole purpose behind this video is not advice. By the way, I'm not giving you advice in any way at all, but rather I'm introducing you to a product that is out there that if you own a home and you have equity in that home, you could tap into that equity and grab yourself a line of credit, a home equity line of credit. You could grab some of that equity and you could use it at your discretion on whatever you desire. Now, I also have to say, sometimes these financial institutions will give you like a debit card where you can carry around this debit card and use it to use your HELOC, tap into it. I would say you probably want to steer clear of those cards, simply because, let's give you a situation. You go out to the grocery store and you buy $500 worth of groceries. By the way, that'd be a lot of groceries, right? But you go and you buy $500 worth of groceries. You reach into your wallet and you accidentally grab the wrong card. You swipe the card and you go home on your merry way and you don't realize what you just did. Meanwhile, you get your statement in the mail and you realize, someone took $500 out of my line of credit. What happened? And then you look at the statement and say, oh, check it out. I accidentally grabbed the wrong card. Now I'm paying all of this interest on my groceries because I went out and I accidentally swiped the wrong card. And also, it could get really bad really fast if you have a debit card at your disposal to just start tapping into the equity of your home. So you kind of see where that's going. So again, you just want to be very careful about this stuff, but I would highly advise you do more research on this. Talk to somebody that knows your financial institute or your financial situation. Talk to your banker, somebody like that. And again, if this is something you're interested in doing, I would highly advise do more research on this. The whole purpose of this video was to introduce you to a product that is out there where you could gain access to tens of thousands, possibly even hundreds of thousands of dollars based on the value of your home and how much equity you actually have in it, right? So I hope this actually gets you thinking a little bit. If you are interested in it, again, reach out to any of your local institutions, literally banks, credit unions, you name it. They will all have one of these products available. And I'd also advise you call around. All of these banks and institutions will have different introductory offers. A lot of times they'll do like a 12-month, like 0% interest or like a 12-month 0.5% interest rate. Introductory, they have all kinds of things, no closing fees. There's so many different things out there right now because they want people to sign up for these products. So I would say call around to many different banks in your area and see what they have to offer. A lot of times these offers are revolving and you can get in and jump on one of these cool offers that they offer. But yeah, just shop around. Seriously, this is one of those products that you certainly want to shop around because it is different literally every single financial institution that you go to. So anyway, I hope this gets you thinking a little bit. If you're interested, feel free to call around to some of your banks. I am not selling anything. I do not have anything for you to buy here. I just wanted to share this idea with you. And if it's something you're interested in, check it out. Do some more research. Again, it is called Home Equity Line of Credit as represented by the acronym HELOC. Thanks again. I appreciate it. Subscribe right down below. Again, I am not selling you anything. I don't want your money. Feel free to subscribe. That's the only thing that I care about. Just subscribe to the channel so I can be here for you every single day. And I want to help you out in any way I can through these videos as I love connecting with the community right here. Thanks again. I appreciate it. I'll catch you.